personalities. Are you taking? So now,
I like to improve on it. I took it from Kobe. Kobe like recorded
it's
his
my
life.
great pleasure and honor right now to segue to Catherine, who is going to lead us into the world of artificial intelligence. So,
He's recording, yeah.
Yeah.
Can I do session mode?
So how did you send it to me?
I sent it to you
What the heck?
Yes, the problem is that
Yeah, it's fine.
I
like No one looked at the YouTube guide.
I downloaded slides, but I haven't used it. If you're just gonna present.
Right, but if you do presentation, then
On slides, you can open up speakers. It's just a little hard because you need to scroll with it.
Can you do like talking screen or anything? No.
No, I feel
sorry,
like
what did you suggest?
If you log in with Google Slides on your phone, you can just show speaker notes, but you need to scroll with it. It's a little
Just
hard.
go ahead and log in.
But
Yeah, if you need speaker notes, unfortunately, with Google, if you want to watch your speaker notes, you're going to have to log in on your phone to get the speaker notes because it doesn't, it basically doesn't work well with Mac as far as presenting with
How do you
speaker
do
notes.
speaker notes?
There's someone up there. Do you want me to stop the recording and start when you actually start?
What was it? I was like, this is like 128 gigabytes SD card.
Okay, so good to know.
So with all these like new shows and stuff and like lots of talk about like self-driving cars and there's this new show called Humans at AMC which talks about like synthetic humans that are like basically robots. I was really intrigued by artificial intelligence and so I'm just going to get started with that. Okay, so artificial intelligence replicating human intelligence. Okay, so a little bit of history. Artificial intelligence was launched in a small conference at Dartmouth College in 1956 with exceedingly ambitious goals to give machines all the cognitive abilities of human beings inspired by faith that very rapid progress was possible. So our main goal is just to replicate human intelligence. Okay, so what is artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence is the science of making machines do things that would require intelligence if done by humans. To clarify a bit, intelligent actions would be things like understanding and speaking natural language, learning from experience, drawing logical conclusions, constructing analogies, forming original ideas, and things of the like. Okay, so this is how it ties into psychology. So artificial intelligence research is useful because because it's useful for understanding how natural intelligence works. So accordingly, a successful construction of artificial intelligence systems would at least help us to understand our own mind better than without such a technology. This kind of method is called confirmation by technology. So it basically shows that we understand the human mind and brain so much that we can recreate it. Okay, so this is what artificial intelligence can already do and how it works. So it can solve problems in limited realms, learn in a limited capacity, and interact socially. And I'm going to expand on those right now. Okay, so solve problems in limited realms. The robot or the computer will gather facts about a situation through sensors or human input, like the roboticist will either input it in or the sensors will obviously sense it. The computer then compares these facts or information to store data and decide like why is this information important, what does it signify, what can I do with it? And then the computer will then run through various possible actions and predict which action will be most successful based on the collected information. But the caveat is that computers can only solve problems that they're programmed to solve. To my knowledge, computers do not yet have any generalized analytical ability, so it doesn't have the ability that we do to take things and analyze them. It just can solve whatever it's programmed to do. And then next is learn in a limited capacity. So learning robots can recognize if a certain action achieves a desired result. It's like it knows, like, if I walk like this, I will get from point A to B. So the robot will then store this information and attempt the successful action the next time it encounters the same types of situations. Again, modern computers can only do this in very limited situations. They can't absorb any sort of information like a human can. Some robots can also learn by mimicking human actions. In Japan, roboticists have taught a robot to dance by demonstrating the moves themselves, and then the robots will collect the information and do the same thing. They can also interact socially. At MIT, there's a robot called Kismet, and it will recognize human body language and voice inflection and respond appropriately. The reason why they did this is the Kismet's creators were interested in how humans and babies interact, because the way that humans and babies interact it's called low-level interaction. It's not sophisticated like you and I would talk. The baby just picks up on things based on the tone of the mother or the father's speech or visual cues like facial expressions, things like that. So if we can take things the way like how humans and babies interact at this low-level interaction, a very basic thing, this could be the foundations of creating a human-like learning system and then eventually getting to that sophisticated learning system. Okay, so what we currently do with artificial intelligence. We do a lot of things with artificial intelligence, especially in this decade. Things like flight search and booking systems, digital forensic technologies, face recognition, playing chess, and warning systems of poultry disease. Playing chess being in 1997 when they created this artificially intelligent system called Deep Blue, which beat Kasparov, the chess world champion at the time. Okay, so how we're advancing by replicating the human brain. Right now, currently at Stanford, just this year, I believe, maybe, but within the last 5 years, there's this thing called a neurogrid circuit, which mimics the behaviors of the human brain and replicates the process of 1 million human neurons. And what's really interesting about this circuit is it's as close as we're getting to replicating the human brain, because compared to the brain, computers are super inefficient. They use way too much power for what they're actually doing. Human brains are very efficient. So what I mean is that this circuit will run 9,000 times faster than your run-of-the-mill computer using only the power of your tablet PC. So this neurogrid circuit maximizes power and it's like the closest that we've come to getting the kind of efficiency that the human brain has.
3 minutes?
Okay. The Human Brain Project. There's also the Human Brain Project. It's a 10-year mission to reconstruct the brain piece by piece using supercomputers. It's based in Switzerland out of École Polytechnique Fédérale de Lausanne. But yeah, they're basically trying to get all the biological details of the brain completely replicated. But some argue that it's not worth the time because it's dedicating so much, it's quote, dedicating so much of its efforts to the lowest level biological details, unquote, rather than trying to answer the question of how the complex brain activity of the brain gives rise to the amazing, flexible, and adaptive behaviors that we observe in animals. There's also robots that can feel emotions. These are my favorite. Okay, so before there was this robot called Now, but since we're kind of on time constraints, I'm just going to move on to what we're doing more recently. Right here you see Pepper the Robot, which was just released for public consumption this past June. It's designed to read emotions as well as tones of voice and facial expressions in order to interact with humans, but most of all he tries to make people happy. And the way that he does this is with his array of cameras, touch sensors, accelerometer, and other sensors, and his endocrine-type multi-layer neural network. Pepper has the ability to read your emotions as well as developing his own, so he can evolve his own emotions. His evolving emotions are influenced by people's facial expressions and words. So Pepper is at ease when he's with people that he knows, happy when he's praised, and scared when the lights go down. Okay, so some brain food for thought. Should we do it? Should we advance artificial intelligence? Because if our goal is to recreate human intelligence in the mind and the brain so that it can think the same way we do, feel the same way we do, if we're creating another sentient being, does that not mean that we are creating more suffering, another being that can suffer? As well as the human population is already overpopulated, what good is it to create another intelligent race? Aren't we just furthering the overpopulation problem? And if robots, which are currently already taking over humans' jobs, continue to do so, what will that do to the economy? And just some things to think about. Thank you. I got there, don't worry.
So